It's getting cold outside. As of right now, it is 33 degrees Fahrenheit where I am right now, and that is actually in the forest. And why is that? Because I'm going to be talking about this Ibex coat. This Ibex coat is a merino wool interior coat over top of just kind of what are your standard puffer jacket style jackets. And I'm actually really warm. It's 33 degrees out, and I am warm right now. Today, we're going to be talking more about that and see if this is the right jacket for you. This jacket is called the Ibex Aire Wool Hoodie. It is kind of your just standard puffer jacket. It comes in 4 different colors, including this really cool fire red style color. It kind of has a little bit of an orangish color, which is really nice, and it stands out. I really like the color, and I think it's really awesome. It's definitely my favorite of the 4 different colors. I think there's a blue, green, and a black as well, and I really like it. So this is a merino wool lined coat. I had never actually had one of these before, and it was really cool. I've had other puffer jackets, but never a merino wool one, you know, the ones that kind of have the down interior. This is a wool line, so what it does is actually is incredibly thin, which is much thinner than a down jacket because it just kind of has a single layer of merino wool on the interior. And boy, am I warm. You know, actually this morning I think it was honestly like 16 degrees or something like that, and I was out training my dogs, and I was actually really warm, which is really kind of crazy for a jacket that is this thin. I am very, very super impressed with that, and I really like it. I like the styling, I like the color, and I like the fit. I actually am, I think, around 210 pounds and 6'1", and I am in the large size, and it honestly fits really, really well. It fits better than pretty much any other coats I have. I should also mention that I am also currently testing out a coat by Forlow, so make sure to stay tuned and subscribe to the channel if you want to get notified when that review comes out. All right, so what do I like about it? I've already kind of touched on that a little bit already. I like how thin it is. One thing that drives me nuts is those coats when you jump into your car. I mean, it's cold outside, you jump into your car and you like can't get to the steering wheel. That is not so with this one. It is extremely lightweight and very thin, so you feel like you're just wearing a normal shirt and you don't have to worry about that, so you're able to just jump in and drive away. It's also nice that it's so thin because if you do for some reason need another layer on top, you can make that happen. One thing I should mention before we head into the next section is just how lightweight this really is. I am wearing the large men's, and I saw on their website they're saying about a medium is 12 ounces or a little under 12 ounces. So I would assume this coat is kind of sitting around that, maybe a little bit over, which is incredibly lightweight for a coat. And that honestly is the first thing that stood out to me when I picked this up out of its packaging, is just how incredibly lightweight this coat really is. And you really can't understand until you purchase it or try it on for yourself. Another awesome feature about this jacket is it is wind and water resistant. It's not waterproof, but it is water resistant. And I will say it does work. I have worn this in the rain and it does work. I really didn't have to worry at all. I think I was wearing the hood for that as well, and it really did work, and it did its job quite well. Another really cool thing about this coat is it actually fits inside of its own pocket. So this pocket right here, you can see it zips down. It's part of the style, but it also zips down and it actually goes inside of itself. So I'm gonna really quick take this coat off and I'll show you what I mean. Bam! Coat is off. So we're gonna go ahead. So basically what you do is to make it fit inside itself is basically pocket so that you can fit inside your backpack, a bag, or that kind of stuff and take it on the go. It just makes it easier than shoving a whole jacket like this inside. You can just shove one little piece. So what you do is you unzip that and see, you can see right here kind of unzipped. And then what you do, just like a lot of those type of things that you do that with, is you just pull through. And you can see right there. So then what you're gonna keep doing is you just keep rolling it in. Last little thing there is the sleeve. Let's get that in there. I will say it fits in pretty tightly, which I guess is a good thing. It is a little difficult to zip up because it is so tight. So just like that, and doesn't help that my hands are really cold because somebody's not wearing gloves. I'm making this look much more difficult than it is. Bam. it's all in there. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of its own little container. You just zip it up and you can shove this into a bag. And yeah, so that is what it looks like in its bag. And I'm kind of cold out here because all I'm wearing is a t-shirt and this quarter zip here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna do that through editing. Bam! I am back in the coat. So anyways, I want to talk a little bit more about the coat itself before I get into things that I don't like. Some other things that I do like about this coat is it does have elastic around the bottom of the jacket as well as around the sleeves here. So basically you have elastic so that when you let go of it, it basically goes around your wrist so that cold air doesn't get in. It is on your waist as well as it is on the hood, as you can see, so that you just don't get a bunch of air. It's also great for running, walking, all that kind of stuff, and just being out in nature, as I am right here. Because of that is you just want to stay as warm as physically possible. Hey guys, before I move on with the video, I do ask that you subscribe and like this video. I really appreciate it. It helps me out when you like this video. It shows it to other people on their feed, just like you found this one. And I just really appreciate it, and I thank you guys so much for watching, and let's get on with the review. Anyway, so that is most of the things I like about the coat. Overall, honestly, it keeps me really, really warm. It's 33 degrees out right now, and I'm not having any problems other than my hands and face because there's nothing on top of them. But my actual torso is actually not too warm, but it's also not cold. It's actually kind of nice because you don't get sweaty in this because it is extremely breathable because of that merino wool, and just all the materials that they've used are just very natural, which is great. Yeah, I really like it, honestly. I really like the style. I've never realized I wanted a coat like this, but until I got it and realized, oh man, it solves all of my problems. I will say, they even say on their website, this is actually a great base layer for when it's extremely cold. So probably once you're getting more into that 0 degree, this might become more of a mid layer and you would have another coat on top of it. And this is a fantastic mid layer, honestly, because it is so thin. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get into the things that I don't like. There honestly aren't that many things. I really, really do like this coat, and I plan on using it all through this winter and hopefully winters to come based off the price, which leads me into the one, or actually two things that I don't like about this. Before I get into the last one, I want to talk about, I actually don't like too much the style of this hood. It comes down to the puffer side. It just, you know, I don't love the style of the hood itself. However, it's just kind of the nature of these jackets. And honestly, who wears these hoods all that often? Most people are going to leave them backwards anyways like this, and I do really like the style of that. And it's extremely nice to have the hood instead of just having a collar, because when you get cold, you really do need it. And it is lined with the merino wool in there. And it is really warm. I have used the hood and it does warm you up, no problem. It's just coming down to the style of it. It's not my favorite personally. Anyway, so that gets me to the last thing that I don't like is this thing. Right now, the MSRP on this coat is $285. At $285, you are talking about a serious coat at this point. And being such a lightweight, you may not think it is worth that price. It is expensive. It's competing with some serious brands out there, and honestly, it is just a high price point in that no matter what or how nice the coat is, once you get into that price point, that of course is always a downside when you can be getting other jackets like in the $100 to $150 range that honestly do around the same thing. That said, that doesn't mean that the value isn't there. I personally do think that this is a fantastic coat that people really should enjoy, and I do highly recommend it. Honestly, having now used the coat now, I think for a couple weeks at this point, it is worth that $285. I think it's a hard thing to get over top of for people that haven't used the coat, but honestly, having used the coat, yes, it's worth $285. It's going to last you a couple winters or more, or honestly 10 years if you take care of it, and even more. So $285 at that point is more of an investment than just an expense. And I really do like this coat. And I hope that if you want to get this coat, you use the link down in the description. It is an affiliate link and it helps me out if you guys do make this purchase. I do like to review a bunch of different products and let you know the upsides, downsides, if I do think the price is worth it and all that kind of stuff. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure to like it, because liking actually helps it so that other people can see this review show up on their feed as well. And I really do appreciate it. Anyways, This coat, I think, is honestly 100% worth the $285 MSRP. Of course, that price can change over time, all that kind of stuff, so it may change. But with that said, down in the description, there also is another link to a product review on our website, amanandhisgear.com. And I like to update those articles whenever I learn something new, when I have more experiences with product and that kind of stuff. So make sure to click it down there if this video is now getting a little bit aged at the point in time when you're shopping for this coat. Anyways, I just really appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope you stay tuned for more. All right, I gotta get back now. I am freezing. I am not freezing on my torso or arms, but I am with my hands. So I'm gonna get back home and warm them up.